Published, 1736 Eastern Standard Time, the 20th of January 2019. Updated, 1824 Eastern Standard Time, the 20th of January 2019. It is nearly 18 years since a young Roger Federer announced himself by knocking Pete Sampras out of Wimbledon. What goes around comes around, and the now 37-year-old Swiss finds himself on the way back to the European winter while Stefanos Tsitsipas, 20, occupies his place in the sun. I guess so. He has a one-handed backhand and I used to have long hair, so maybe a little bit, reflected Federer ruefully, when asked for similarities between his young self and his conqueror, also pointing to the Greek's old-school continental grip. Roger Federer hit out at John McEnroe's criticism after losing to Stefanos Tsitsipas. McEnroe suggested that Federer's defeat is a changing of the guard moment. Tsitsipas won their fourth-round match 6-7, 7-6, 7-5, 7-6, and even managed to have plenty of the Rod Laver Arena on his side, a rarity against the sainted Federer. As the Swiss contemplated the loss of his Australian Open title from a year ago, he admitted that he cannot spurn 12 out of 12 breakpoints and hope to beat someone so inspired and talented. They say the nerve goes as well as the body when you get old in tennis, but the Swiss has done a magnificent job of disputing that since he hit his mid-30s. Later, when told that the commentating John McEnroe had pronounced this a changing of the guard moment, he reacted with a magisterial world weariness tinged with more than a little irritation. John's in front of the mic a lot. He's always going to say stuff. I love John. I've heard that story the last 10 years. From that standpoint, nothing new there, but even a broken clock is right twice a day, and sometime it will be true that the great players are on the wane. Federer insisted that he leaves here feeling good physically and he did not rule out playing the French Open this year. This might yet go down as the Grand Slam when two of the legends succumbed, in their own way, to the ravages of age. Andy Murray first, and now the greatest of all. Tsitsipas goes on to face Roberto Bautista Agut, the man who held off Murray's fight back and seems to be stronger for the experience. Tsitsipas secured a surprise 6-7, 7-6, 7-5, 7-6 victory over Federer in the Australian Open. In some ways it will be a more pressurized experience for the young pretender, tackling the dourly determined Spaniard. Federer lost to Tim Henman after beating Sampras in 2001. Expectations will rise that he will back up this result, and nowhere more than in this city which has the largest population of those with a Greek heritage outside of Athens. Melbourne's most iconic Greek restaurant has already named its souvlaki after him, and his national flag was all over the stadium complex with a football-style crowd gathering on its main plaza to loudly chant and cheer, the local answer to Henman Hill. This is likely to become a feature of the Australian Open for years to come. A rare European wasteland for producing good tennis players, has suddenly unearthed a gem, with a little help from a Russian mother. Federer prophesied as much, pointing out that the same player defeated Novak Djokovic in Toronto last summer, and that he also has wins over Kevin Anderson and Alex Zverev. On his second visit to Wimbledon he made the fourth round, and won the next-gen, under-21 finals in Milan. He has an all-court game and one of the most striking things was his comfort at the net, where he won 48 points. Aside from the glaring statistic of missing all 12 break points, Federer also made 40 unforced errors on his forehand, often at crucial times. I have massive regrets tonight. I might not look it, but I do, he said. I felt like I have to win the second set. It cost the match. It should be reassuring to his global fan base that defeat still stings so much, but the truth is he has struggled against top players for much of the past year. Federer praised his opponent for the calm he showed, and there is no doubt there is a rare sang-froid about Tsitsipas, a self-contained and thoughtful individual who admits he does not have many friends in the locker room. There is something singular about him, and he is not plagued by self-doubt. Tonight my idol became my rival, he said later. I have been analyzing him since the age of 6. It was a dream come true facing him. Federer praised his opponent for the calm he showed during the game. Asked whether he could go all the way to the title, he replied, "For sure, that's why I'm here. I'm the happiest man on earth right now. From the very beginning I kept the mindset to believe in myself and my capabilities." Tsitsipas is in the same half of the draw as the player who has really caught the eye, old guard Rafael Nadal. He is through to the last 8 for the loss of just 26 games. Tomas Berdych was the latest player to be put through the ringer when he was thrashed 6-0, 6-1, 7-6, and the Spaniard now meets Francis Tiafoe. The American runs like a bullet but also attracts attention partly because of his relatively unusual backstory. His father, who escaped civil war in Sierra Leone and emigrated to America, was the janitor at a tennis club in Maryland, where his son learned to play. "I obviously wasn't a normal tennis story," said Tiafoe. "The beginning of my career, I was playing for them, trying to do everything for my family. Now I'm trying to do it for me.